Hello, thank you for joining our nightly news program live from Algiers. I'm your host, Karim Zachary, with the latest updates from around the world in tonight's top stories. Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune leaves Qatar for a visit to Beijing to strengthen bilateral ties. Sudan's conflict persists despite truces. Rapid Support Forces commander seeks resolution. Russian Defense Ministry foils Kiev's Sevastopol attack and Putin asserts readiness to deploy cluster munitions if needed. Global heat wave sweeps across Arab world, Europe and USA, and North Africa records extreme temperatures above 47 degrees Celsius. Hello again and welcome to the program. First off in our news, Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune embarked on an official visit to Beijing on Sunday evening following an invitation from Chinese President Xi Jinping. This visit comes after President Tebboune's successful trip to Qatar, where he led a significant ministerial delegation and met with Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the Emir of Qatar. The primary objective of President Abdelmadjid Tebboune's visit to China is to enhance the long-standing and robust relations between Algeria and China, with a focus on strengthening economic cooperation. In a similar context, Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune and Qatar's Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani engaged in official talks at the Emiri Court in Doha. The meeting took place in the presence of ministers and high-ranking officials from both nations. The discussions initially involved the two leaders and subsequently expanded to include their respective delegations. The agenda of the talks encompassed bilateral relations as well as regional and international matters of mutual concern. Qatari Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani emphasized the significance of his talks with Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune on Sunday. In a tweet from his official Twitter account, the Emir highlighted the discussion's focus on bolstering the enduring brotherhood between Algeria and Qatar, as well as addressing current regional and international developments and opportunities for strengthening collective Arab efforts. Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune met with Mu'taz Al-Khayyat, the head of Qatar Investment Park, in the Qatari capital of Doha on Sunday. The meeting included the presence of Algerian ambassador to Qatar, Saleh Hataya, and Omar Rakash, the Director General of the Algerian Agency for Investment Promotion. Algeria's Sonatrach Group and the Congolese National Petroleum Company signed a memorandum of understanding on Sunday, aiming to establish strong and lasting cooperation framework. The agreement sets the stage for the Algerian group to conduct thorough assessments of investment prospects with the Congolese or within the Congolese oil and gas industry across various sectors. Sarah Frajani reports.
Algeria's energy giant Sonatrach Group has taken a significant step to enhance South-South partnerships and inter-African cooperation. The group recently signed a memorandum of understanding with the Congolese National Petroleum Company, SNPC, in the capital city, aiming to deepen collaboration in the hydrocarbon sector.
Among this cooperation is work in the field of research and exploration in Congo, which is considered one of the most important countries that contains significant reserves of oil and gas. We will set up joint committees to work together, and when there is an opportunity for cooperation in this field, we will sign contracts in this framework.
This comprehensive partnership between Sonatrach and SNPC covers a wide range of areas, including exploration, development projects, renewable energies, and comprehensive training. Sonatrach is fully committed to establishing a robust and sustainable alliance with the Congolese National Petroleum Company.
Our goal is to develop cooperation between African countries and African oil and gas companies, because there is a large area of cooperation that has not yet been exploited. We work together to achieve these goals. The officials of these companies should work on the development of this cooperation. Our goal today is to develop this relationship between companies and South-South cooperation.
Considering the global economic situation, we must further strengthen cooperation among African countries to avoid bad surprises. Today, we came to Sonatrach to search for a strong, solid, and permanent partnership. Sonatrach is a successful model that should be emulated. We are very proud of our presence here, and we hope that our visit will be fruitful for both parties.
Amid mounting economic challenges, Sonatrach is intensifying efforts to strengthen collaborations with the African countries, recognizing the Congo as one of Africa's most significant reservoirs of oil and gas. The energy giant views the Congolese market as a prime investment opportunity. The agreement reflects Sonatrach's strategic focus on expanding operations and solidifying partnerships across Africa. By exploring investment opportunities in the Congo, Sonatrach actively contributes to the development of the hydrocarbon sector and reinforces intercontinental cooperation.
Algeria initiated the second phase of its plan to transform Algiers International Airport into a regional aviation hub on Sunday. The program aims to position Houari Boumediene Airport in collaboration with Air Algérie airline as a crucial transit point connecting African, Asian and European destinations. The objective being to establish the airport as central hub within the Mediterranean region.
As part of the preparation of Algiers Airport as a pivotal one in the Mediterranean region, so as it plays its important role linking many African, European and Asian airports. In December, the first part of this transit was done from international to international. This is what makes Algiers International Airport a pivotal one, playing a vital role in the African continent. Currently, we are approximately linked to 6 African capitals, such Abidjan, Nouakchott, Bamako and Dakar.
Since its introduction by the early Chinese medical teams in 1963, Chinese acupuncture has become a prominent and effective specialty in Algeria. Over the past 6 decades, Algerians have discovered relief from pain through these therapeutic techniques. The details with Osama Ayadi.
For 6 decades, Chinese medical teams have provided unwavering aid to Algeria. The pioneer in 1963 mission marked China's first foreign assistance endeavor. Today, the 27th team, with 81 medical professionals divided into 8 teams, supports different Algerian provinces.
This Chinese delegation comes in the framework of the medical bilateral cooperation between Algeria and China. The agreement of the cooperation was signed in 1963, so it has been 6 years of medical cooperation. Now we are exchanging experiences between the Algerian and Chinese doctors.
Our mission here is based on providing the best remedies for the Algerian patients in order to reduce their pain. We also provide training in acupuncture for Algerian doctors and those who are interested in learning this Chinese popular treatment. We have noticed that the Algerian people are interested in acupuncture and in the Chinese traditional treatment in general.
In Algiers, a devoted team of 5 doctors administers acupuncture. Backed by Chinese authorities, this mission strengthens historical relations, offering relief and fostering knowledge exchange between doctors. Acupuncture's popularity has surged, benefiting Algerian patients seeking effective remedies.
This year marks the commemoration of the date when first Chinese medical team to grant foreign aid in Africa. In 1963, our Prime Minister came back and visited our team in Algeria. At that time, we had already created very deep and brotherly relations with Algeria.
Commemorating the 60th anniversary, Over 3,500 Chinese medical personnel, mainly obstetricians and acupuncturists, have served in Algeria, providing free medical aid. This remarkable effort underscores enduring ties, shared vision, and cooperation.
I think that the Algerian people are lucky to learn and benefit from the techniques of the Chinese traditional medicine, especially that Algeria and China are maintaining good relations and broadening their ties. We have given the best we can to heal many patients here so as to relieve them from their pain.
Indeed, medicine exemplifies the deep-rooted brotherhood between Algeria and China, showcasing their lasting bond.
In other news, Arab parties at the Chinese Communist Party conference lauded Algeria's unwavering support for the Palestinian cause. During the fourth session of the dialogue conference in Yinchuan, Arab parties and influential entities expressed gratitude to Algeria for hosting the recent meeting of Palestinian factions. This gathering resulted in the signing of the Algiers Declaration by 14 Palestinian factions, marking a significant step towards ending internal divisions. To other regional news now, despite the Moroccan regime's efforts to employ tactics of blackmail and negotiation, it failed to secure an extension of the fishing agreement with the European Union. The agreement, deemed illegal and invalid by the European Court of Justice, is set to expire on Monday. Protesters in Rabat voiced their concerns over legal and constitutional infringements impacting trade union and party freedoms. Holding signs with denouncing slogans, hundreds gathered in the Moroccan capital. The Moroccan Association for Human Rights urged all groups to unite against what they labeled as a severe assault by the Makhzen regime and its allies, targeting the impoverishment and deprivation of significant segments of the Moroccan population. Tunisia and the European Union inked a comprehensive strategic partnership memorandum on Sunday.
In dissent on all its other axes. This memorandum must be accompanied as soon as possible by a set of binding agreements based on the principles contained in it. Today, we are in dire need of a collective agreement on inhuman migration and on the displacement operations behind which criminal networks stand. The Tunisian people have given these displaced immigrants everything that can be offered with unlimited generosity, while many organizations that are supposed to play their humanitarian role have only moved through statements.
Still with African matters, the African Union Commission Chairperson Moussa Faki emphasized the importance of trade expansion, infrastructure development, and enhanced cooperation among African nations. His remarks were delivered at the opening of the fifth session of the Mid-Year Coordination Summit of the African Union in Nairobi. Algerian Interior Minister Ibrahim Murad, representing Algerian President Abdelmajid Tebboune, was among the attendees. Despite numerous truces and negotiations, Sudan continues to grapple with devastating warfare, particularly in the conflict-ridden Darfur region, marked by violence and airstrikes. However, the commander of the Rapid Support Forces has expressed readiness to pursue a comprehensive solution to resolve the crisis. This is Salman Sib reporting.
In Sudan's Western Darfur region, airstrikes continue to rage amidst a 3-month-long war between the army and rival paramilitaries, showing no signs of peace. Army jets targeted bases belonging to the Rapid Support Forces following a meeting of leaders from neighboring countries in Cairo. These leaders rejected foreign intervention and called for immediate talks between the Sudanese military factions to pave the way for a political solution and a transitional government.
The truce has not led to a solution, and although the true solution is agreed upon, it's violated every time. I believe that the truce are not the solution, but rather than we must sit down at the table of dialogue and negotiations and offer effective and sound solutions from both sides, and also make concessions. I think that this war is a war of attrition, where each side is trying to drain the resources of the other.
In response to the ongoing crisis, Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, the commander of Sudan's Rapid Support Forces parliamentary group, announced the formation of a liaison committee with political groups and rebel movement, aiming to reach a political resolution. However, the Sudanese army has not yet commented on the RSF's move.
The committee will hold broad consultations of the ongoing Sudanese crisis and the best way to reach a comprehensive solution with the participation of all political, youth, and societal forces.
It's crucial to note that the war in Sudan has resulted in a devastating toll, with over 3,000 people killed and at least 6,000 others injured. The conflict has also forced more than 2.8 million people, primarily internally, to flee their homes in search of safety and stability.
To Russia-Ukraine file now. Russia's defense ministry claimed it thwarted a Ukrainian attack on the Black Sea port of Sevastopol on Sunday. The ministry reported the destruction of 7 aerial and 2 underwater drones. 2 aerial drones were downed over the Black Sea, far from the coastline, while Russia's electronic warfare forces intercepted 5 others. In a state television interview, Russian President Vladimir Putin stated that Ukraine's counteroffensive to reclaim territory was unsuccessful, while attempts to breach Russian defenses proved futile, as he put it.
All attempts by the enemy to break through our defenses, and this is their objective, which includes the use of strategic reserves. They have not been successful for the entire time of the offensive.
On Sunday, Russian media disclosed that the Ukrainian army allegedly targeted the city of Luhansk in the Donbas region, employing cluster munitions. Retired officer Andrei Maroshko's statement suggested a large-scale explosion in Luhansk southwest, hinting at the use of a long-range missile equipped with cluster bombs. Responding to the situation, the Russian president declared that Russia possessed an ample supply of cluster munitions and reserved the right to employ them in defense if similar weapons were used against Russian forces in Ukraine.
I'd like to note that the Russian Federation has sufficient stockpile of different types of cluster munitions. Different types. We haven't done this before. We didn't use them, and we didn't have to despite of a known lake of munitions at a certain period of time. We didn't do it, but of course if they are used against us, we reserve the right to take reciprocal action.
The final ship authorized by UN-brokered agreement for secure Black Sea export of Ukrainian grain departed the port of Odessa on Sunday, as the deadline to extend the agreement loomed. Since June 27, Russia has not approved the registration of any new ships, and the initiative is set to expire on Monday unless Moscow agrees to an extension. Ukrainian officials have not yet provided any comments on the departure of the Turkish-flagged TK Samsun from Odessa. The death toll from torrential rains over the past week in South Korea has risen to 37, with many people evacuated to safety from flood-stricken neighborhoods. A total of 8,852 people from 14 cities and provinces have been evacuated to safety following the devastating flooding.
I don't feel good. I feel like death. I force myself to walk. I force myself to eat. And I force myself to live.
In similar note, countries worldwide are witnessing an unprecedented surge in temperatures. The Arab world, Europe, and the USA are grappling with intense heat waves. North African nations are particularly impacted, with some areas reaching temperatures exceeding 47 degrees Celsius. Europe is also affected as the Italian Ministry of Health issued a red alert for numerous major cities, including Athens, Greece, where temperatures soared to 41 degrees Celsius.
The record is 134 degrees Fahrenheit. That was all the way back in 1913. There is some controversy around that, but it is still recognized as the hottest reliably recorded temperature on Earth. But we haven't hit 130 here in Death Valley for over really, for over 100 years, we didn't hit it. And then in 2020, we got 130. In 2021, we got 130. And then we might hit it again this weekend.
For more stories making headlines around the globe, here's the news in brief by Sofiane Kinturi this time.
And airline workers in Italy on Saturday grounded some thousand flights and fooled up travel plans of nearly 250,000 passengers. Workers on strike demanded higher salaries and better welfare to ease life pressure caused by high inflation. Authorities said on Sunday that firefighters were trying to contain a wildfire which burned out of control and forced the evacuation of at least 4,000 people in the Spanish island of La Palma, as Europe struggled to cope with a heat wave. The inaugural International Congress of Basic Science opened on Sunday in Beijing, bringing together 800-plus top-notch scientists and scholars to discuss the development of basic science. Among the attendees are 8 Fields Medal winners, 3 Turing Award winners, 1 Nobel Prize laureate, and more than 50 academicians from different countries. Peace marches in Germany are calling out contradictions in European politics following US supplies of cluster munitions to Ukraine. The protests were staged after Germany on Tuesday confirmed the transfer of a new aid package worth over 600 million euros, including 2 launch units of Patriot air defense system and 25 Leopard tanks. US Special Presidential Envoy for Climate John Kerry landed in Beijing on Sunday for a 4-day visit to China. Kerry is scheduled to meet senior Chinese officials, and the two sides are expected to hold an in-depth exchange of views on working together to address climate change.
And finally, in a lighter note, Algeria successfully wrapped up the 15th edition of the Arab Games, a remarkable event on various fronts. The closing ceremony held at Algiers' 5th of July Stadium featured the presence of esteemed officials who played a significant role in the success of this prominent Arab sporting event. The ceremony also showcased Algerian cultural heritage through captivating artistic performances.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The end of our nightly news program. For more latest updates, visit our social media platforms. Thank you for watching and join us again tomorrow for more news and insights. Good night.